The European Commission's President, Ursula von der Leyen, has managed to survive a no-confidence vote that was brought in the European Parliament, marking the very first such challenge to her leadership since taking office. The motion was primarily tabled by the far-right lawmakers who accused Ursula von der Leyen and a team of undermining trust in the European Union through alleged unlawful actions. The most notable criticism over the Commission's refusal to disclose private communications with Pfizer during the COVID-19 vaccine rollout. Now, despite the heated accusations, the motion failed to secure the necessary two-thirds majority, with 175 MEPs voting in favour, 360 against and 18 abstentions. Now, the vote has also revealed some deep fractures within the European Parliament. The European Conservatives and Reformers group are especially divided, with some members supporting the motion and others opposing it. Meanwhile, other political families, from socialists to the liberals, have voiced their own concerns over issues such as transparency, the Commission's handling of the Green Deal, and accusations of power centralisation. Now, Ursula von der Leyen did manage to secure a crucial support from the socialists and liberals by promising to preserve the European Social Fund aimed at helping vulnerable populations in the upcoming EU's long-term budget. Now, this also marks, interestingly, the first no-confidence vote against the Commission's president since 2014, when the then-President Jean-Claude Juncker had survived a similar challenge. While Ursula von der Leyen remains in office, the vote has clearly shaken her political coalition, has also exposed some growing tensions within the EU's governing bodies. All right, now to give us more details on this, we're joined by our correspondent Will Denslow, who's joining us from Brussels. Will, this is an interesting case that, of course, was a no-confidence vote that was brought against Ursula von der Leyen. Now, give us a sense why these far-right MEPs were not happy with Ursula von der Leyen and what happens from here on.
Well, as you rightly mentioned, this motion that was presented by a far-right MEP from Romania was tabled due to those grievances that have become known as Pfizergate over recent years. This is a scandal alleging that Ursula von der Leyen, the Commission President, effectively didn't provide enough transparency when it came to communications with the Pfizer chief during the COVID-19 pandemic, and especially the EU's efforts to procure COVID-19 vaccines. There have been legal battles when it comes to making those WhatsApp conversations public. Von der Leyen has very much downplayed wrongdoing, denied wrongdoing, was very much on the offensive in a debate on this topic of her confidence vote on Monday in the European Parliament, where she said that it is normal for a Commission President in her position during the extraordinary times that we were all living in during the COVID-19 pandemic to have these kinds of conversations with pharmaceutical executives. As you mentioned as well, there are also grievances when it comes to a perceived lack of transparency from the Commission and increasing centrality, autonomy, especially when it comes to things like the EU's efforts to ramp up its defence spending. So plenty of agitation from the right, who saw an incredibly successful European elections last year. They are growing increasingly their voices becoming increasingly loud in the European Parliament without having enough of a threshold to break the consensus centrists. However, again, as you rightly mentioned, there have been fractures in the centre and on the left of the political spectrum.
Right.
And that was again evident during this parliamentary debate on Monday, although again we saw that the centrists did ultimately side with von der Leyen, which is why she convincingly won this vote in Parliament.
Interesting. Thank you very much, Will Denslow, for getting us all those updates there.